Welcome to the University of Findlay Art and Culture Show. My name is Sharinda Welton, and I will be your host today. And I am very excited to introduce to you the band Cumberland Run. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
And I would like to start with each one of you please telling us your name and what role you play within the band.
So I'm Alex Michael. I'm the lead singer and acoustic guitar, and we all kind of play a lot of roles behind the scene. Usually my main interest is kind of booking and things of that nature and songwriting.
Hey, I'm Thomas Hassel. I am the drummers and background vocals. I like to do songwriting and social media and press.
Well, and I also love the fact that you sing the backup vocals because there's not a lot of drummers that do it well, and you do it well.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You are very welcome.
I'm Ben Green. I play the bass, and I help with booking and social media, whatever they need help with, basically.
And you are a bad bass player.
Thank you.
You may catch some bass, but you're a bad bass player.
I'm Sam Van Fossen. I play lead electric guitar.
And Sam, you and I have something in common. I think that you are also a Buckeye.
Oh yeah, I'm from Ohio. I'm from about an hour south of Akron.
And so what got you south? Because you no longer call Ohio your specific home.
Nope, I went there. We all went to a school called Belmont University. That was the reason why I went to Nashville, and I've been there ever since.
Awesome.
I'll be back here in Ohio in about 2 weeks for the holidays, you know.
And I'm sure you'll probably find some jam time in there.
Every few years,
Yeah.
get people asking me if we can jam.
Yep.
Set up some drums in Mom's basement and stuff.
Good. Well, and Mom and Dad always enjoy hearing that live, I'm sure,
Yeah,
after the break, after so many years.
Yeah, they're always grateful for a little music in the house.
Good. So where are the rest of you from? You're all living in Nashville now. Are you all from the Nashville area, the other three of you? Ben?
I'm from East Tennessee.
Okay.
And I'm originally from Meridian, Mississippi, so
Okay.
even further south. Nashville's
Yeah.
very north for me, so
Yeah.
this is extremely north, especially with all the snow.
In the cold, yeah.
Yes, where I'm from, it snows maybe once every 10 years. So
And
no.
that's why you have a stronger southern drawl. It's that Mississippi.
I hear that every now and then. It's really bad when I talk to family members back home. I'll get it for a little while. It's weird. If a lot of people from the South would say I don't have an accent at all, and then a lot of people from the North do. So it's interesting.
It depends on where you're at.
Exactly.
I am born and raised Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
No accent whatsoever, oddly enough.
That is true.
Yeah.
I would think you were also from Ohio with
Yeah.
with the way you talk.
Nope.
But that's okay. We'll let you be.
We also call him a unicorn.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
The big thing with Nashville people is a lot of them are not interested in country music, as weird as that is. And so he's one of the, first of all, few people that are native from Nashville and still interested in country music. It's very interesting because most people are transplants, so we call him a unicorn.
Yeah, the term unicorn around town is used for people from Nashville specifically that are in the music industry and also play, which is even more rare.
So you have a rare run amongst you, but you're also rare in the fact that as a country music band, you're awesome. You're so good. And I mean, there's a band on every half a foot in Nashville, but you're working, you work actively there, but you also are on national tour right now. And we are so excited that you were able to hit us while you were on 75 to come in and do this interview and get you introduced to more listeners and possibly pick up some more fans for your bass. But I also know that you're connecting with people in the area that you've built those relationships with over the years. So that's great. Besides Findlay, where are some of your other towns and campuses that you will be visiting on tour?
So we've been a lot in the Northeast lately, so New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York. We definitely have strong fan bases where we're all originally from. So we do a lot with Sam in Ohio. We do stuff in Mississippi with kind of my people there. Every summer we do a big show on the lake called our Anchor Down show, where we basically just have pontoon boats and other boats just anchor out, and we have just a whole bunch of people pull up for a big concert on the porch there. So it's a lot of
Fun.
fun when we do that. And of course, we're in all kinds of universities, a lot of the Penn States, and we did one in Maryland recently. That was a lot of fun. Just kind of all over, really. It's hard to keep track with after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's just get your itinerary from the main agent and say, okay, that's where we're headed now.
Exactly. Yeah, and just pray you're not driving 12 hours a day. Hope they're somewhat close to each other. So.
So you had mentioned that both of you enjoy writing music. Do you do only cover tunes as Cumberland Run, or do you do some new music also, originals?
Yeah, with a lot of the venues that we're playing, they do require that you do covers for the most part. We like to sneak in originals whenever we can. So we try to do that as much as possible. And of course, if we have a good opportunity where it's not restricted, we'll throw as much as we can.
Which is
so.
the college campuses. I bet they're
Exactly.
really open to
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
It seems like it's an ebb and flow. There's years where you meet students, all they want are cover tunes,
Yep.
and then you get a year, maybe 4 years, where everyone's really hungry for new music and that independence, and they want that. They want to know they're the first hearing it. So where are we right now in that scheme of things on the campuses?
I mean, honestly, I think it's 50-50 because
That's what I'm sensing too.
Because that's one thing with Broadway is you have to, it's very ADD type scenario where these people are walking by on the street and you're one of 13 bands within earshot at least, and probably, visual range, and you have to try and draw them in. So you got to get good at reading a crowd. Otherwise, you're closed early for the night and you just have to go home.
And you're referring to Broadway in
Exactly.
Nashville.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
Yep. So, but the colleges are not too terribly different. So, a lot of times we do make a set list, but we're very good with kind of floating around that set list of, hey, this is not what they're into right now. Maybe we need to throw more originals, or we need to do less and get them up and dancing for a bit. Get their attention back. So, I'd say one thing, being a singer or a player or whatever it might be is not kind of the ultimate skill you have to have. You have to learn how to read a crowd and then play to that crowd and try to gain their interest for that hour. So.
And you guys are excellent at that. The other thing you're excellent at is your stage presence. I mean, you really know how to, if somebody comes up to the stage with a camera, you know how to smile for the camera and know it's there while you keep playing. And that's what makes you fun. You play with your audience. You're not just playing for your audience. So that's a talent. There's not a lot of people out there that can do that and feel comfortable with it and make it look easy. And you all do a really good job of that.
Thank you.
So one of the places that we originally met, I was thinking about this, I'm feeling like it was in Atlanta at a conference, or was it Nashville?
I think it might have been Hershey.
Hershey, okay, all right. So, because you guys work that circuit too, our viewing audience may not know that universities pay a membership fee and they can go to an arts and talent based conference where we're seeing every 10 minutes something different. It's not just music, it could be lecture, it could be hypnotist, it could be a comedian, it could be a juggler. So you're in competition with a lot of talent out there.
Oh yeah. A lot of entertainment, and we like it, watching them too. I mean, that's the big thing is you go there to perform, but you get to kind of sneak into the other acts and watch them. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of
There's
fun.
a lot of great options there, and y'all definitely have a hard job trying to pick who's going to come and entertain your kids.
Yeah, because we watch sometimes up to 300 acts in 3 days. And so that says a lot for you that you're getting those college bookings. So kudos to you for knowing your audience.
Thank you. Yeah.
So how long have you been Cumberland Run? Or before we ask that question, how did you come up with the name Cumberland Run? Because I think that is such a good name.
You want to take this as well?
Sure, yeah. I was going to give you a second. I hate to
Okay.
hog the mic.
Yes, go ahead.
So we were originally Alex Michael Band, which is my name, and we wanted something that kind of gave people an idea of what they were getting ready to experience. And really, like I said, we got a lot of our entertainment and performance aspects from Nashville, the main strip there, Broadway. And so we kind of wanted to reflect that, as that's kind of where we essentially grew up as a band and kind of learned our skills of the trade for most part. So the river that runs encompassing downtown is the Cumberland River. So we wanted to kind of bring that into the name. So Cumberland, and then Run being another word for river. So it just kind of made sense for us. So
It flows.
It does do that. It does do that. Okay, so we know how you came up with the name Cumberland Run. How long have you been playing together as a band, as Cumberland Run? And I know there's been some evolution, but how long have you been together, Alex Michael and or Cumberland Run?
All right, so Alex and I started this group in about 2011, late 2011, and we started writing songs together, and with the goal of reaching Broadway in Nashville and play the legendary honky tonk bars. And we've gone through a number of members until we found this final group of guys. We got Ben in 2013, I think Sam in 2016, maybe 2015, late 2015, yeah. So it's been steady gigging since 2014.
Great. And let's talk about those honky tonks because Nashville is famous for them. And then for years, you could watch TNT, and there was another channel where they were always featuring one of the honky tonks where there was live music, and you could learn how to line dance and all that fun stuff. The horses hang upside down in the bar.
That is the legendary Wild Horse Saloon, and we've been playing there since 2015. That's one of the best venues in downtown Nashville, I'll tell you what.
It is fun, and I love that you guys play there. To me, that means you've made it. So
I mean, it's a big milestone for all of us. I'm pretty sure I can speak for everyone here.
yeah, it's huge. And then do they still do the live karaoke? I'm really having
dancing?
problems with my words today, aren't I? The line dancing lessons where you play the live music and they're out there learning, and then the show-offs get up there and make it look so easy, and
Yes,
everyone
ma'am.
drools and is like,
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, everyone likes to bring out their boots and go for a good line dance at Wild Horse Saloon.
Yeah, I actually went and bought some boots so I could go and do that. Yeah, and then I was one on the sidelines going, oh, they make it look so easy. I'm just going to enjoy the live music and watch them do it. So, but I had my boots on.
Yeah, we fortunately just got talking to Durango Boots, and they were nice enough to give us some product, and we're working with them soon. So hopefully-
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And those are awesome. I was checking those out. Those are really, really cool. So in addition to the honky tonks, you guys have also had the opportunity, privilege, honor to open up for some pretty cool names. So I would love for you to tell our audience about that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we played a Margaritaville street block party, and that was opening up for Jared Neiman. And that was, I think, our first one where we played before a big act. And then we played a college a couple years ago. I believe it was Fairmont in West Virginia. And that was opening directly for We the Kings, a rock band that had a hit single called Check Yes Juliet.
Yep. Very familiar with them. Great guys.
And is that technically all? Or have we opened for anybody else?
You know, at random of the bars on Broadway, playing for the crowd before or after the huge show that's on the street. Like the most recent one was a big Luke Bryan concert that was on the street. So
That's true.
everybody that's in your audience that night before or after is there for Luke Bryan. So it kind of almost feels like you're opening for Luke Bryan, you know. But those
Tell
are
us
the
a little bit more about those, Sam, because I know that those are big down there, and you have people that follow different social media networks and just come in to hear those big names when they happen to be there. So will you tell us a little bit about that scene, because that's big for the Nashville scene? Like is it in the summer? Is it fall? Is it spring? Do they do them throughout those 3 seasons?
It always seems to be summer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then the entirety of the street, they'll block it off. One end will have a big concert that's just as big as you would see at any of the biggest festivals. And I mean the production of it, the stage,
Sure,
the lights,
sure.
the sound. And that whole downtown area shuts down for
that
8
concert.
hours or so, yeah.
Yeah. And so do they promote that coming up, or is that something where someone calls and says, we're coming into town, we want to take over the street, and they say, all right, we're shutting down? How does that work?
Sometimes it's for, I think for the Luke Bryan, it was because he was opening up a new bar.
Okay.
And so it was in promotion of his bar, and sometimes they'll do it for certain albums. And I don't know if a lot of the regular people who attend the shows get to know it, but I do know that most of the city workers or bar workers, they get a heads up through an email that's like, hey, just so you know, we're going to be shutting down like 80 streets, so you're going to be parking about a mile and a half away.
You're going to
so
be
just
3 hours
ready
late
for
if you
that.
don't know this already.
Yeah, so that's sometimes I think they give a little bit of a heads up, but I think a lot of it is surprise. It's like, hey, it's the middle of the day, we're having a concert, get down here. So, yeah.
And does the Country Music Hall of Fame also do concerts in that yard in front of them sometimes? Because I know they've got the Walk of Fame with the stars and the feet prints and stuff, but then there's a big open grass area there. Do they do any type of concert promotions there? Or?
That might be the Skirmerhorn grass area.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
That's more of a classical music type of area.
Okay, so it's still concerts, it's just a different kind of music. Because people forget there's more than just country in Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just stays a little quieter.
Yeah.
A little less production when it comes to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the Luke Bryan thing was just, I mean, his whole setup was already a full intersection, and then they had stuff all the way down each road, and then he took up the whole strip of Broadway too. So, I mean, downtown's essentially shut down at that point, and the classical ones are a little more easy to get along with because it's like they're just over there doing their thing. They'll have their people, but it's not gonna kill the downtown area.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So does this has nothing to do with you guys being in a band, I know, but it's a personal opinion question. Do you think that helps drive the economy of downtown? It may hurt them that night, but it helps because people come with that expectation of, hey, I may get to be there for a special thing and we don't know when it's going to be. Do you think that helps them, or do you think it could go both ways, depending on where you're at
I think
in the
it does help
industry?
because, I mean, you're bringing a lot of people in, and not everybody's from Nashville. In fact, I think a lot of people that are there are usually at least from the outskirts, if not, Kentucky. That's the cool thing about Nashville is as far as
So
up
close,
and down. Yeah.
drive-wise, yeah.
Alabama, Mississippi, it's not bad. So I think a lot of people are coming in for hotels, and of course, a lot of them are going to get a drink before and after, and then the bars, if there's one right outside, of course, they're going to sell tickets to get in their bar and hang out. A lot of them have rooftop bars now, so it's the perfect seat for that. So yeah, they're making money off of it. I think that's a good driver. The more of that stuff we have is fine. You just hope that everybody doesn't just clear out and go home after that. You hope that they stay and patronize the businesses.
Sure.
And if you're thinking of just general economy, I mean, of course, there's huge parking revenue in Nashville.
Yep.
That's
Lyft and
going to
Uber.
go up. All the restaurants, Lyft and Uber, yeah.
Well, and then you've got the little cycle guys that'll,
Yep.
I think all
Well, and
over
the
the place.
scooters are the new things. Have you seen those?
I haven't. No, I haven't been
So-
there since those have.
Little electric scooters all over the place, and they have a little GPS in them.
Oh, wow.
And so they always know where they are. And you pull out an app and you say, I want to rent this scooter, and here's
it'll
my
show
number,
you
here's
where.
my credit card, and you go boom, and you can ride that thing anywhere and leave it anywhere. From what I understand, I
Wow.
haven't done it yet, but those are kind of the new big things.
Yeah.
So that's a great way to get around town. So you just
Very
hope.
dangerous. If I was a cop, I would hate the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because the traffic's already kind of
Yeah.
chaotic down there.
Yeah,
So,
and I don't think they know if they're supposed to use the road or the sidewalk or a bike lane or
yeah,
what.
because there's
so-
nothing marked.
Yeah, so they're all over the place.
And you've got people coming in from all over the world, so that could be really interesting.
Yeah.
And then you've got the football stadium right there too on the
Yeah.
river. So,
Oh,
yeah, chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that happening in every city I've been to recently.
Yeah.
All over the country.
Yeah.
Recently I was in, I think it was Atlanta, just with a friend, and we got the
They've
scooters.
they've had them there for a long time.
Yeah, we got the scooters, and we were going down one ways because we didn't know how else to get there, and cops were giving us real dirty looks.
They're like, well, they're
And-
not from here.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about music, we've been talking about venues, where you live, and you have a guitar.
Oh, I do.
So are you going to share a little bit of your music with us so that we can hear how great you are?
Sure. Well, yeah, this one is a song that I wrote about a buddy of mine who was in the Merchant Marine Academy. I actually just got to see him last weekend, which Merchant Marine Academy, if you don't know, is a military college, and he basically had the option of becoming kind of a naval officer after that point, and he could do, cruise ships or whatever. They sent him out to do 2 years at sea so he could, basically experience all that in some crazy places, met a lot of crazy people, and just telling us a story yesterday about how they were attacked by pirates at one point. And, he's getting ready. He actually he's going to be flying the new Super Hornets off in I think South Carolina or something, he told me. So very interesting guy. He always has great stories, but he was telling me all about his trips over to the Middle East and everything, and just kind of fell into this song. So it's called On the Water. Sitting round the fire, catching up with old friends. Hey man, it's good to see you. How have you been? Yeah, I know the last time we talked, you were trying to get out of this town. But before they shipped you off, I know you had your doubts. Well, he took a breath and looked up, and then he smiled at me. Said, let me tell you about my life at sea. Yeah, I kissed a girl in Spain, sailed through a hurricane, met a friend in Dubai. And oh, what a Friday night. On Sunday I swam, Jesus walks on the water, and every day sing to get a little hotter. Boating out there on the water. Well, we all smiled and laughed, said, man, it sounds like you're having fun. He said, don't get me wrong, there's lots of sweat and blood, and sometimes what we see, no, it ain't always pretty, but we do what we can, then head into the city. Yeah, we finish work and head out to blow off some steam. That's when we start living the dream. Yeah, I kissed a girl in Spain, sailed through a hurricane, met a friend in Dubai. Oh, what a Friday night. On Sunday I swam, Jesus walked on the water, and every day sing to get a little hotter. Boating out there on the water. Yeah, I kissed a girl in Spain, sailed through a hurricane, met a friend in Dubai. And oh, what a Friday night. On Sunday I swam, Jesus walked on the water, and every day I see to get a little hotter. Floating out there on the water.
Yeah. I got goosebumps a few times. Such a great song. Love it. And anybody that has friends that have served in the Navy, Marines, Army, Air Force, we've heard those stories and we can smile because we know they're out there serving, protecting, but they're still living. So thank you for sharing that one. Thank you for picking that one. That was really great.
Thank you.
And the vocals. Oh, so great. So you guys have such a good blend between you. Okay, so people want to get in touch. How do we find you on social media?
All right, well, we are on Facebook at Cumberland Run Music, or just go into the search bar, search Cumberland Run, and Twitter and Instagram, we are at Cumberland Run. We're also on YouTube. Just search Cumberland Run, and I believe we're on Spotify.
Jerry's still out on
Yeah.
some weird stuff, and things are up and down and left and right, so we gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's hard when you're always on the road, running, as well as writing, and you guys can give me a really hard time for being so tongue-tied later over some water, because I need some.
I agree.
So thank you so much, and best of luck with the rest of this year's tour, and very happy holidays to all of you. And we look forward to seeing and hearing great things from you in the future also.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Thank you for tuning in to the University of Findlay's Art and Culture Show. I am Sharinda. Until next time, be well.